Eastern PA Weather 30 meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for January 3rd, 2018. Well, we have our first call out, and this is for the system that's coming in tonight and tomorrow, but I have a funny feeling we're going to be changing a few things around, and it might be not only the axis and orientation of the map, but also amounts. We'll be shifting around a little bit. At least that's what it's looking like this evening while I'm doing this video. I'm doing this video right before midnight, so I did get to see some of the overnight guidance come in already. And some of it's quite interesting. But we do have a snow map up on the weather alerts page right now you can take a look at. And it will have our initial call for snow, which did look largely like it was going to remain mostly a New Jersey and Delaware thing, with just maybe parts of extreme southeastern Pennsylvania getting into some of the action. That was it. Now we're starting to say, maybe not. Maybe we're starting to see a west shift. Don't know if it's real yet. We still need to see guidance in the morning on Wednesday morning, and then come up with a final call, of course, at 5 p.m. on Wednesday. But here's a look at what today. We will start off with mostly sunny skies, and then clouds are going to filter in during the afternoon and evening, probably later in the afternoon and evening, maybe a little earlier further south, but I do think this does filter in pretty quickly. Here's a look at the evening hours again. Here's our system now just starting to enter the picture right from the south. And the trend the last couple model cycles has been to pull this thing a little bit further westward. At the same time, it really wouldn't matter. This could have been right up along the coast. It really wouldn't have mattered as long as the trough itself hung back a little bit. And we talked about in the previous couple of videos. I'll show you that again when I'm talking about. But that was cutting off the precipitation on the northwest side, and it still is. But the fact that it's a little bit closer now, maybe it holds up the trough just enough so that we can get some snow a little bit further west. We'll see. All right, so here's the evening. Then we get into the first part of the overnight. You can see this low starting to come up the coast. Now, again, the GFSs I'm using right here, there's the new GFS that just ran. They're showing two different low centers here. That's going to actually consolidate with this one over here, the one that's closer to the coast. And so by doing that, you have snow a little bit further west. Now, it does a little kind of goofy stuff here, but this does have support. All right, it does have support from the 3-kilometer NAM and the RGEM of getting snow back further west, but this is not as far back west as we had in our map. I can tell you this whole area right here, we had essentially nothing. Now, starting to get some precipitation back here. Now, I don't want to give the idea that this is going to turn into a full-fledged blizzard. You know, if you're back in Harrisburg, you're still sniffing cirrus here. All right, so you're not getting anything. Same thing as State College. If you're looking at this shift west here, this might get you into some places that we have 0 right now, maybe in a 1 to 3. And I'm looking at this trying to as realistically and not optimistically as I can, because I understand there can be shifts back and forth. We can also see a shift tomorrow where everything goes east. Sometimes these overcorrect west, and maybe they're just adjusting to something, but they overcorrect. So we'll see what happens. Right now, we are keeping the window of opportunity open for some areas further west than is indicated on our map currently to get into at least some light snow. But the big story here will be across New Jersey and Delaware, I think. And then this is going to wrap up and head northeast and get one heck of a storm up here to eastern New England. So let's go over the NAM high-res future simulated radar. I'm going to give you this. This is the 3-kilometer NAM. It's a wider view than we normally take. And you can see what this is doing here. Now, this is quite interesting, too. Bringing things just like the GFS did, bringing everything farther west than what we have on our map. And you can see much of eastern PA is lit into this also, not just New Jersey and Delaware, which I think is a slam dunk forecast out here in this region. We're going to have some pretty heavy snows, plowable snows, in fact, especially close to the shore points of Delaware and New Jersey. Question now just remains, how far northwest does it get, and how much do they have to plow out down here in South Jersey and Delaware? We will definitely answer those questions today, but you can see what the NAM is certainly indicating here that it's going to be a pretty far westward, farther west than what we have also. So they're also indicating the same thing, and this is also, like the GFS, turns into a doozy of a storm up here for actually much of New England, not just eastern New England. Much of New England gets in the action here. Some pretty good snow amounts up there, but especially in eastern New England. Now, what's going on here? Well, we talked about in the video about how there needs to be separation in the trough. Well, here's the trough right here. The trough is situated just like this. Here's your trough. Here's your area low pressure. What you need to have happen, see, anything on this side of the trough is sinking air and dry air. So anything right here on this side is sinking air, dry air. Anything on this side of the trough is rapidly rising air, and when you have rapidly rising air, that leads to precipitation. Same concept with thunderstorms in the summertime. Now, if you get that little bit of separation there, you see what I just did right there? If you get enough separation in here, you can get separation between this this trough right here and the low down here. You can get the precipitation shield to expand up until this point, up into the line. Once you're on this side of the line, forget it. It's just like trying to put a thunderstorm behind a cold front. It doesn't work. Okay, stable air. So anything on this side of the line over here can get snow. So we have to just determine where this trough is going to be. That's the key to this whole thing. Where is this trough going to set up? Is it going to be here, which allows eastern PA to get in the snow? Or will be a little bit further east? Just a little bit shift of an east like this keeps our first call map intact. Even further yet, takes snow totals down. So you see how close this is. That we're talking about a matter of a few hours, 3 hours or less here that we're playing with. So it's a very precise. You want to love with these why these forecasts are so different. It's not just following models. It's looking at these. Is looking at the timing of this this trough and when it's going to be, and you're trying to nail down this trough of exactly where it's going to be, which is going to be critical to the forecast 48 hours in the future. So, well, now we're down to about 36 at the time I recorded this video, but you see the point. It's very difficult to do that. So you're going to have some changes, and we do expect changes even to our map today. It's probably very unlikely it's going to remain exactly the same. So do check with us again today at 5. We'll go through that. And here is the rest of the week real quick. Once this passes, we do have bitterly cold, and I mean very cold, Friday and Saturday. Temperatures probably not getting into the single digits at some locations, especially in the far interior. Going below 0 in some places here on both Friday night and Saturday night. Wind chills Friday morning are going to be in the teens to below 0. Not a joke. It's not a joke. So we might have to look for some delays for kids in school and everything. It's going to be that cold. I mean, that's ridiculous temperatures. They can do some damage. You really don't want to be out in those kind of wind chills for too long. Frostbite will set in almost immediately. Saturday is still cold here. Again, bitterly cold Saturday, but the wind does die down a little bit. Once we get to Sunday, we start to moderate a little bit. Okay, and when I say moderate a little bit, it means we're going to get back to the 20s. So still below normal, but I guess more manageable. Okay. Once we get into Monday, we have a system warm front that's going to be pushing in from the west initially. It could give off a few rain/snow showers, and this could turn into rain eventually, maybe an icy mix type thing going to rain. A little bit too early to really figure out what this is going to do. This is going to be Monday into Monday night. But if it does track north of here, we are going to get rain, and that's what's shown here. Several models are showing this. I don't really get into this storm just yet because there's so many variables with this, and we have to figure out what's going on with this first one first, which is a little bit more, something a little bit more to be focused on at the current moment here. But there could be something at least wintry to start, icy mix kind of thing going over to rain. It looks like in the Monday night time frame. I'm Eastern PA with a 30 meteorologist Bobby Marcher. So that is your outlook for January 3rd, 2018. Have a great Wednesday.